Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Ramblin' Hoops. A lot to talk about. Playoffs have been nuts. They've been crazy. First off, before we get to that, Shams just tweeted out that the son of Gilbert Arenas, Elijah Arenas, just recently was in a car accident and was induced into a coma. So just, prayers up for the Arenas family. You never want to see that, especially when it comes to people in the basketball community. You just hate to see that. I hope he has a speedy recovery. All right. So obviously a lot has gone on since we have last spoken, or I have last spoken. Jimmy just got hurt last night in the Rockets game, which sucks. A pelvic contusion. I don't know the timetable for when he comes back, but this seriously hurts the Warriors. So hopefully also Jimmy can have a speedy recovery. Prayers up for Jimmy. And then since I last spoke, the play-in has concluded, and half the games of the first round have already concluded, or at least 2 games of the first round have concluded. So, just to reflect on this Heat Hawks play-in game, I feel so bad for Trae Young, man. I don't know what his future looks like for Atlanta. I don't even know if he stays in Atlanta. I think the team that's built around him is very solid. Just being mediocre for as long as he has been mediocre, like, I'd feel some type of way too. I would feel a type of way, and I'd probably want to get out of there. But again, I don't know how Trae Young's feeling. I just think the team is set up in a very good spot, and I hope Trae Young doesn't leave. All right, onto the Mavericks Grizzlies. Please just stop. Please just stop showing Nico Harrison on the broadcast. I'm so sick and tired of seeing him on the broadcast whenever a Mavericks player goes down or the Mavericks are losing by a wide margin or just somebody on the other team hits a big shot. I'm tired of seeing Nico Harrison still. It has been so long since the Luka trade now. I'm just done. I'm done with it. I'm done. It's been over 80 days. I'm done. I'm done with it. Okay, so I'm going to go through the blowouts first just because and it's no discredit to any of these teams. So to start it off, Grizzlies Thunder. Like, I'm not going to talk a lot about this because, the first game was the biggest point differential in NBA history, NBA playoffs history, in game 1 against the Thunder, I think winning by either 53 or 51. It was one of those two. Shea has not been shooting too well, which doesn't bother me at all. If we have J-Dub and Chet killing it, and then our supporting cast is also leading to the win on top of just the best defense to ever be seen in basketball, just swarms. Ja looks so uncomfortable getting to like where he wants to get to because Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, J-Dub, Lou Dort, they're all constantly guarding him. I feel kind of bad watching. The Grizzlies in game 1, they didn't have much time to really prepare. But then the second game they come in and they lose by almost 20. And now it kind of just seems like they're really regretting beating the Mavs in the play-in tournament. Now, they play tonight. I don't know how it's going to look. But just like the Grizzlies seem so just lost out there. And I don't want to give that. I don't want to discredit the Grizzlies. I want to give credit to the Thunder's defense for being able to do that. Because at one point in time, the Grizzlies were a 2 seed. And it seems like every time the Grizzlies have stepped on the court with the Thunder have dismantled them every single time. I honestly believe the Thunder know the Grizzlies better than the Grizzlies do, it seems like. Okay. Thunder guards have been amazing. Everybody on the Thunder has been amazing. The Grizzlies, honestly, by next year, I don't. Do you blow it up? Do you blow the team up? Like, do you just redo everything? Like, I really don't know. And the only person coming off your bench doing anything is Aldama, and even then, you can't really ask him to do a whole lot. On to Orlando versus Boston. It last night in game 2 was a little better than the first night. The first game, the Magic weren't doing too bad, but it was literally just because of Paolo and Franz. No one else on the Magic helped in game 1. Game 2, it was still just Paolo and Franz. And with Tatum being out, Jaylen Brown stepped up, 36 points, 10 rebounds, and he shot 5 of 7 from 3. And he has been someone who, honestly, to me, I guess I really haven't really realized this, but apparently there's been times where like people have labeled him as not a good shooter, and that's just that's weird. I guess I've just never noticed that, because I always feel like Brown has always been a decent shooter. Anyways, so like I think the Thunder are obviously going to win this 4-0, especially now what the Grizzlies are looking like. I thought Orlando would probably get a game against Boston, but one, Boston is just literally the best team right now in the sport. And then 2, the Magic are just, it's a skeleton crew out there at times. I mean, they have dealt with so many injuries this season. And the only 2 people who are doing anything is Paolo and Franz. But at the same time, this Celtics team, especially the defense, is just, they swarm, dude. They swarm. So yeah, I think Boston's going to win this 4-0 as well. Maybe going into Orlando, they could drop a game, especially without Tatum. It was possible. Orlando was hanging on close for a while. So you know what? Orlando could probably win a game within game 3 or 4. On to the Heat and Cavs series so far. This is a 10th seed. The Heat are a 10th seed. But they're kind of making the Cavs... Not making the Cavs look goofy, because the Cavs multiple times in this playoff series, even though it's only been 2 games, the Cavs multiple times have looked like one of the craziest teams when they go on a run. I mean, they're probably one of the best teams besides the Thunder that just go on these super long, unreal runs that just don't seem like they're going to stop at any point. Game 1, you had the Cavs guards going ballistic. Donovan Mitchell, 30 points and 4 steals. Ty Jerome coming off the bench with 28 points, 10 of 15 from the field and 5 of 8 from 3. And then Garland coming in with 27 points and shooting 5 of 9 from 3. Game 1 was an absolute stomping. The Cavs still do look very kind of like laid back sometimes on defense. Like I feel like, because they coasted, they were definitely coasting near the end of the season, but like it still kind of feels like they're kind of coasting still. They're slowly thawing back out. But this the Heat may be a 10 seed, but they were hanging on, kind of for dear life against the Cavs last night. But, they kept it within, in game 2, they kept it within, 10 points at least a few times. But ultimately, yeah, the Heat could probably win a game 3 or 4. But I think now, like, the Cavs have officially, like, woken up. And, like, they will be on their A game now. I can definitely feel it. So now this is where it kind of gets sad, because this Warriors-Rockets series had the potential to be so good. And with Jimmy going out with a pelvic injury, pelvic contusion. I don't know what the timetable for that is, but I don't think he's coming back for game 3 or 4. I think with Jimmy out, this Warriors team looks hopeless without Jimmy. I mean, game 1 was off the back of Curry and Jimmy, and now you just have Curry. And Draymond is doing a little too much every now and again. And Quentin Post looked good in the play-in, but now he's looking a little rough. And, now that he's actually on the big stage, AirPods is going through some sickness right now. I mean, the rest of the Warriors just look lost out there without Jimmy. And the Rockets, their defense is absolutely stifling. Absolutely stifling. So I thought the Warriors were going to win this series without Jimmy. There's no hope that the Warriors win this series. Now that Jimmy's out, this is an easy gentleman sweep for the Rockets. Or not gentleman sweep, since they won game. Or no, this would be a very easy gentleman sweep for the Rockets to go into the second round. Okay, on to the very exciting matchups, I guess, except for this Bucks-Pacers series, which is what we're about to talk about. Bucks-Pacers, game 1 was awful. Game 1 was awful for the Bucks. I mean, AJ Green was getting minutes. Kuzma had 0 points, bro. 0 points. Bro, they traded for him, and I was like, yeah, perfect. They basically just got Chris Middleton, but younger and a little taller. Oh my goodness, he is so much worse than that. So much worse than what I thought he was going to be. Oh, I generally feel like the dumbest person in the world for saying that he was going to do more than what Chris Middleton would have been able to do. And honestly, Chris Middleton probably would be able to put up better numbers. And he is skin and bones now. That was a joke, Chris Middleton. I apologize. Tyrese Halliburton did not have a good game going into this, but Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner definitely stood out. Pascal with 25 points, 7 rebounds. He was a plus 28 in his plus or minus. Miles Turner, 19 points, 4 blocks, and he was a plus 24. So, and then Andrew Nembhard, man, he is just an absolute playoff riser. Same with Davion Mitchell on the Heat. Davion Mitchell, he has been making some very good plays, making some very tough shots for the Heat, and playing some lockdown defense. I mean, he guards Darius Garland pretty well. Onto game 2. Again, literally, other than Bobby Portis and Dame had a rough shooting night. But the fact that Dame could come back from what he came back and give you 14 points and 7 assists on, I think it was like 36 minutes or something like that. Absolutely. 100% would take that game from Dame any day of the week. Kuzma had 12 points on just 10 shots. You're the third option. Anyways, so yeah, Giannis had a little bit more help. Bobby Portis came in. 18 points, 12 rebounds. He shot 11 of 19 from the field and 6 of 11 from 3. So that's honestly really good. Giannis with 34, 18 rebounds, 7 assists, and he shot 14 and 20 from the field. But bro, it's just like Giannis is so good, bro, and it's just so sad to just see this team just not be able to do anything to help him. And the Pacers are they're literally running all over them. All over this Bucks team. And it's just like, and especially when Halliburton game 2 really had it going, not much you can do. I had the Pacers winning in 6. It's looking like the Pacers are probably going to win in 5. Hopefully the Bucks can go into Milwaukee and find something to play for. But the only person right now who is really making a difference in this game is Giannis. So all you can do is just hope more from everybody else. Except for Bobby Portis and Dame. I'm giving Dame some leeway here because of the blood clots, and Bobby just because if he can keep up this kind of production, which is very hard to do, shooting 6 of 11 from 3 every game, that's very hard to do. But if Bobby can at least be that 15 to 17 and 10 a night, absolutely the Bucks can get something going. Kuzma's just gotta just do anything but beat Kyle Kuzma, I guess. Like, that's like the one downfall is that he's literally just Kyle Kuzma, and Jesus. Okay. Nuggets, Clippers. Game 1 and Game 2 have been fantastic. Both being decided by a 2 points. Game 1, I honestly, the Clippers looked so good in the first half. James Harden had 15 points, shooting 6 of 11 in the first quarter. Chris Dunn has been an immaculate defender throughout this whole series so far. The Clippers were held to 18 points in the second quarter, though. Kawhi looked fantastic. Obviously had that fantastic Game 2. Probably one of the best. It was one of the most efficient 30-plus point games in NBA playoff history, if not the best. And on top of that, Kawhi's averages from the 2017 playoffs to now are nuts. He's averaging almost 30 points a game. Obviously a lot of things have gone down with Russell Westbrook this season. There's a lot of ups and downs. That has been like that for the past few seasons now, annoyingly. Russ absolutely won them game 1. Absolutely won them game 1. He couldn't get that shot off in to end regulation, which I was like, you get that with Russ, whatever. And then to be able to force that turnover to literally win the game and hitting the big threes down the stretches in both games, even though they lost game 2. Brody has been shooting phenomenal from the corners. You can't ask any more from him. Along with Christian Brown. Christian Brown down that stretch game 1 was phenomenal. However, game 2, the Nuggets defense was looking like the Nuggets defense all season. Again, the Clippers won by 3. If Aaron Gordon makes that dunk, do the Nuggets go on to win that game? Probably. Big Zoo been playing phenomenal, especially against Jokic. They haven't really been matching him up as I thought they would. I thought they'd be matching minutes up. And they haven't, which has really surprised me. But I cannot wait to go to LA to watch. I can't wait for this game to go. I can't wait for game 3 to go to LA and see how the Clippers are able to play. Because I think the Clippers are going to win this in 7. And it definitely looks like we can get a game 7 easily with this series. Okay. On to Pistons and Knicks. Now, this is another chippy one. Brunson has been getting some flack recently about his scoring and forcing, foul baiting, I guess. He's 6 foot on a good day. I think people kind of forget that in order to be kind of a smaller player who is the offensive engine to a team, you have to be able, it's hard to score against people taller than you. So you have to give yourself an advantage in some way. And Brunson uses, foul baiting. Are there times where Brunson shouldn't be foul baiting? Yeah, there's some times where it's okay, well, now you're trying a little too hard. But at the same time, it's his game. Brunson came into game 1, 34 points, 8 assists. I thought He's trying to give his team a chance. I don't really understand why people get so mad about that kind of stuff. You had a really great game from Tobias Harris. Obviously, the Knicks came into game one winning, absolutely surprising the Pistons. I don't really think the Pistons were ready for that Knicks comeback in game one. I mean, Campaign off the bench hit a couple good threes. And a lot of the vets that this was a good game for Detroit, and to lose this game definitely sucks. Obviously, they made up for it in game two, but this could be an easy 2-0 series for Detroit. And I picked the Knicks to win in 6, I believe, 5 or 6. So yeah, you've been having Sar's been playing really good defense, getting a little too handsy, fouling a little too much. But yeah, this really sucks. I mean, Tobias Harris 25 points, Malik Beasley 20 points, THJ 19 points. I mean, this sucks. The vets stepped up for Detroit, and it sucks to not win this game. But like I said in game two, it really seemed like the Pistons were ready for that Knicks comeback, that Knicks surge in game two, because the Knicks got there, but then they ended up losing. Cade had 33 points and 12 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder came off the bench and dropped 20 points with 6 of 10 from the field, shooting 3 of 5 from 3. You really can't ask for a better game from Dennis Schroeder. He's one of the best 6-man in the league for a reason. Obviously, it wasn't working out on the Warriors, but I think that's just because of the type of player he is why it didn't work. This was a bad shooting night from Beasley too, and THJ. Tim Hardaway Jr. and Beasley just could not find the bottom of the basket. But the Knicks bench was horrible. I mean, horrible. It is so funny how flip-flopped this game was. It went from literally game one was Pistons good game, just weren't ready for the comeback. Pistons good game, and this time, Pistons bad game, but they hold off the comeback. It's just really, this can be a series that goes to 7. Asar fouled out early, I believe, in the second game. Again, Brunson has just been killing it. Cat has been very slow. I'd like to see Cat be a little more aggressive. It seems like OG struggles sometimes when guarding Cade Cunningham, or at least when it comes to maneuvering around screens. But no, honestly, I mean, just fantastic playoff series we are getting. Absolutely fantastic. Finally, the very last playoff series to talk about. T-Wolves and the Lakers. My goodness. Game one, I felt like I was in Black Mirror. Luka was the only one on the Lakers to do anything. And Jaden McDaniels led the team in scoring for the Timberwolves. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 11 of 13 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3. What? I think a lot of people forget that Jaden McDaniels, before... I don't remember what college he went to, so please forgive me. But I have heard someone who is a big college basketball guy say that Jaden McDaniels was a scorer before he was turned into this 3-and-D wing that the Timberwolves have him as. And obviously showing he can put the fucking ball on the ground and hoop. Ant had 22, 8 and 9 with only 1 turnover, 9 assists with only 1 turnover. Anthony Edwards, by the way. Naz Reid had 23 points, shot 6 of 9 from 3. Julius Randle, 16 points, 4 of 6 from 3. I mean, Randle, a known playoff dropper, came in and gave you a very, very solid game. Game 2 is where it got very, very interesting, though. JJ Redick, I don't know what he said to the Lakers. I don't know what he said to the Lakers defenders, but they came out and held the Wolves to 15 points in the first quarter. 15 points in the first quarter. Luka was hunting Gobert early. I saw at least 5 to 6 different times where Luka willingly switched on to Gobert. There could have been more I might have missed. But he wasn't cooking Gobert as much as I thought he was. I think Luka is still a bit shaky from the time he has missed from his injury to where he still doesn't. Luka never really had a burst, but like it's noticeable that he can't even get around like Gobert at times. And Gobert is a slow-footed, doesn't understand how his feet work motherfucker. The Wolves came back, tried to play very aggressive, but I mean JJ Redick, there was a clip on Twitter a while back of him calling a timeout because there was a play for Dalton Connect, and he calls a timeout because Connect forgot the play, and you can hear JJ from like the microphones of like the announcers. You can hear him on the other side of the court saying all kind of explicitives, and we got that again from him last night. I don't know who the play was for or whatever, but all the Lakers on the offense looked lost, and JJ called the timeout, and he was chewing all of them out. Threw a couple, Jesus Christ's out there, God damn it's out there. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching, I apologize. But JJ really came back and he showed what this Lakers team was capable of, especially from that horrible appearance in game 1. Again, I think the Lakers are going to win this series. I had them winning in 6, but the way Ant has been playing, game 2, the Lakers held him to 0 assists. I mean, Julius Randle led the team in assists in game 2. They kept blitzing Ant, and Ant quite literally said like, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. They sent two at me, and I really like they played zone, and it confused me. JJ is like, I love seeing these coaches come out and breaking out stuff that other teams haven't seen before. It's so much fun, dude. I'm so glad we have playoff basketball back. That will conclude Ramblin' Hoops. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It would mean everything to me. I'm just making these videos for fun. Just trying to slowly build my knowledge on the game of basketball, and just enjoying this beautiful sport that we all love to watch and play. Deuces.